John was working in his science lab, got blasted by gamma rays. Now he's Smash Trivia John, always smashing. He's friends with Ruffalo, crushing on Maslany, and also Sydney Sweeney. John's here saying, hello my gamma friends, welcome to the show, the Gamma Analysis Podcast.
Smash.
Hello, my Gamma friends. Welcome back to the show. Welcome and hello, I'm your host, Smash Trivia John. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram by searching Smash Trivia. I'll be the one with the big old green head in the profile picture. This is the Gamma Analysis. Basically, I'm going to review everything Hulk on the movies, TV shows, and also do random other geeky films. Hope you enjoy. Smash Trivia presents the Gamma Analysis. I want to ask everyone listening, please do sign for me. Please share the hell out of this podcast with all your friends. If you don't, Hulk will be angry. Now let's smash right into this episode. Today's episode is a review of Straight Outta Nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog, with my friend Lily, aka Lilith the Librarian from TikTok. How you doing, Lily?
Fabulous.
Oh yeah. Real quick before we start our reviewing the film, we have a big announcement. And we are going to be doing a new podcast as together as co-host coming in either July or in August. That podcast is called let me see if I can let me pull that up really quick. The Creepy and Kooky, a Wednesday Addams podcast, where we will be talking about the Wednesday TV show. It'll be a short miniseries podcast, where we will be doing episodes once a month. We'll first do an episode on the entire first season of Wednesday, and then we'll be doing in two halves. The second season of Wednesday, we'll be recording each of those reviews after they come out, and then we'll be having a Halloween treat in October, or to finish it off at least for this first season of the Wednesday podcast. We'll probably bring the podcast back whenever Wednesday gets our third season.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm really excited for that. I
Yeah.
love the Addams Family and particularly the Wednesday TV show.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
All right. So let's get into this movie though. What did you think of the movie? Did you like it?
I loved it, and I'm thankful that you asked me to watch it, because I had no idea there was Scooby-Doo. No clue.
Oh yeah. I love this movie too. Courage the Cowardly Dog is not a show that I've watched a lot of, but I know that I watched occasionally whenever there was like a rerun of it airing as a kid, and I really love this crossover. I think it's so well done, and I feel like everybody involved in making it probably just had a hell of a lot of fun making this. And there's so many little fun details about it.
Yeah, and I had no idea that Matthew Lillard played Shaggy's voice. Yeah.
Yeah, so he has been playing Shaggy's voice for probably around 20 years now. After Casey, I think Kasem, I may not be the right last name, but after he retired from the role, they decided, you know what, Matthew Lillard did such a good job playing him in the movies or in the live action movies. Let's just have him be the animated voice now.
Yeah, and so that's the thing about me is like I've never paid attention to stuff like that. I usually just watch things to watch things. And then when I joined TikTok and really started getting involved with people, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just pay attention. So then, yeah, so I bought it obviously because it is only available to be purchased. And my husband was at work, so he got the notification. He's like, bye, thank you. He's like, sorry.
No
He's,
worries.
why are you watching a cartoon film? And I was like, because it's Scooby and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh,
So
man.
I absolutely loved it. And I actually I don't know if you saw, but I actually was able to meet Courage. And I mean,
Oh, that's awesome.
I call him Courage, but obviously that's not his name.
Mhm.
But he was the most genuine individual ever. Um,
Nice.
yeah, it actually, so it was like, I believe it was $50 for a signature and then so much for a picture. And I was like, I really don't have, like, I don't have a lot of money because I was paying to see Cassandra,
Mhm.
but um, he's like, no, like, so the lady that was working with him that was helping run the booth or whatever, she said whatever, but he's like, no, do a 2-for-1 with her. Like, so I think I paid $60, but he like, because I was just standing there, I've never met famous people before, and I'm just looking at him because I'm like, I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. It is by far one of my favorite cartoons in the entire world. And I'm just standing there staring at him. And he's like, you want a hug? I
I
said,
want a hug.
yeah, I will totally take the hug.
Oh yeah.
Um, so then I got the picture with them and the signature, and then my mom was standing there, and then another friend, Gus from Skewed Reviews. He's like, they can be in the picture too. So yeah, and he did
Nice.
noises for me. It was amazing.
Oh yeah, nice. That reminds me a lot of how I've heard about a lot of like interactions with fans with Matthew Lillard at cons and ons. I'm pretty sure he is that exact same way. A very genuine, very sweet. It's made me want to meet him really bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind either, just because he's very good looking.
Understandable.
Very good looking, and I really loved him since the movie Hacker. So yeah, yeah,
Oh man. One thing that's really cool about this movie is the actress who plays Muriel in both this and in the original Coward Show. This is her final ever role in anything. I mean, she passed away just a few months before this came out. I think it's really cool that she got to play Muriel one last time.
I didn't know that.
She,
Oh,
which Muriel was looking at her IMDb. It's like one of the only roles she's ever played. And so it's really cool that even though I'm guessing at the point when this had come out, she was, or when this was being made, I'm pretty sure she probably was retired because she was in her 80s. But I'm glad that we're able to get her to come on and do the voice for this. It's just before she passed away, and she still does such a great job with it.
yeah, because what 2021 is when it was made.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Nope, it's a good one.
Oh yeah. I This film though is like I think the story is so much fun in this, and I think they blend the worlds of Scooby and Courage so well. And and as the film goes on, I first time I watched this, I was just kept and even again and when I was watching it this week for this podcast, I kept I it kept me guessing who's gonna be the person behind the mask,
Yeah.
I didn't expect who it actually ended up being. I thought that was a really great twist.
It was because, watching Courage, you already know the villain and what's going on. So it was fun seeing like how they did collaborate that.
Oh
Like,
yeah, there's and they also like do so many many classic Scooby-Doo bits, and it's you have the hallway a chase scenes. You have the have one thing that I always love seeing in Scooby Doo movies, and I love how they incorporated courage into in this is when they gaslight the villain into doing some kind of job with them. It's always hilarious when that happens.
so, what made you decide to pick this film? This did you are you just a Scooby lover or
I've loved Scooby Doo since I was a kid, I remember or we had talked a little bit about this film in one of our previous episodes we did together. So I was like, I you would sound sounded like you were excited to watch this film when I told you about it during that episode. So I thought, why don't I asked if you want to come on for that because that was because it's anytime I can get to talk about Scooby Doo, I'm very happy to.
yeah, no, and it's fun. And I love that. I know that all cartoons, animations, or whatever that are targeted for kids, like I know that they try to make it where they collaborate adult innuendos and stuff just because they know, like, I'm sure they know that parents are stuck watching it too. Um, because like Scooby obviously had, I think, like 2 episodes with Elvira in it, and I loved that. But Courage really, I mean, Courage, I don't think Courage really is a kid show. Like,
Understandable.
Eustace is an ass. He is
uh,
such a jerk. And it's like Courage is just trying to job and keep Muriel safe, and Eustace is just like stupid stuff.
yeah.
And
I,
my favorite.
he's such a jerk, but I also kind of love him, and
Oh no,
particularly in this movie,
I
he's
hate him.
hilarious.
I hate him so much. I really hate him so much, and it's just like you're clearly you don't know how to take care of your wife.
Understandable. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think that they were probably willing to go into stuff like that in this film, and that's probably why I don't get a lot of that because that is very much not a very kid friendly thing. But yeah, I thought it was that he had some very funny jokes in this, the ongoing thing. He kept telling the mayor, I didn't vote for you."
yes, yeah. That the like hippie comment to Shaggy, and yeah, no, he's like, I don't mess with you hippie kids. Like, yeah.
I love the when he's like maybe you're all right with I but just because us they also like free food,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. No.
which I can and very much agree with. Free food is always good.
Yeah, especially if you don't have to buy it. Mm-hmm. Or in this day and age. Yeah. 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 Nope. And I just
Uh,
love Muriel. I love how carefree she is. And I've just always loved her. Like she's just so oblivious to everything that's going on. And
uh,
little dog taking care of her.
all of her moments are so cute, and I love when she gives them Scooby and Courage the quote unquote homemade courage snacks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nope, it's a good one. And I watched it by myself and I have no shame. I love cartoons.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think cartoons are an art form that everybody should enjoy. And it saddens me that there are a lot of adults who are so against people watching cartoons.
No, I love cartoons. I will sit here and watch cartoon movies by myself. I mean, Daria, all real monsters, and Courage are like my favorite cartoons. So yeah,
Yes. It
I love Scooby. So
it
thanks.
really saddens me that that I kind of feel like there's kind of been a war going on good kids content and as of lately like the Warner Brothers has removed a whole bunch of Scooby Doo and Looney Tunes content from HBO Max the acts, and you have like um the uh the the government is trying to go after um public funded TV, so that which is affecting Sesame Street. Like it's just so sad to see.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about the Warner Brothers thing, so I'll have to look into that. But
They've
I just
so
leave
Warner
everything.
Brothers has been in for kind of a few years now, been and kind of being eating asses to um animation divisions. Like they've been removing a whole bunch of content off Max, and in some cases making it where there's no way to access this content anymore or at all. They're not even allowing you to like rent it anywhere or anything, which pisses off a lot of creators because their art is not able to be viewed anymore. Or like one particularly I remember with a big thing was a Cartoon Network show called Infinity Train, and got removed for cost cutting reasons apparently, and nobody was at least for a while they may now, but at least for a while no one was able to view and that's so annoying. Like Scooby Doo, who they for a long time they had multiple animated Scooby Doo films coming out a year, and now there hasn't been a single one to come out since 2023. And that's a and that I feel like is part of this art of Warner Brothers trying to stop doing nearly as much animation.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Oh, yeah. So one thing with Scooby Doo that I always love and this is and a part of why I love this film is crossovers or Scooby Doo crossing over with different characters. Are there any characters that you would really want to see Scooby Doo crossover with?
I've never thought about that. I don't know. What's your favorite? What's your favorite that he's done?
Oh man, I think something that I always really like is whenever he crosses over with Batman is always fun. On one that I remember really enjoying as a kid is it was these episodes from one of the shows where he would cross over with the Harlem Globetrotters was fun. And like I just love any kind of crossover or between Scooby Doo and someone else, and just seeing how they integrate this random ass character into a Scooby Doo mystery.
I don't know. I think Daria would be funny because you would have Thelma and Daria. Like,
Nice, nice. One on that I really want to see at some point, and this is just because like I loved this show as a kid, and I would love to see a crossover with Scooby Doo. Is have you ever heard of the show Ben 10?
yes.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. And I think that I think there's just kind of infinite potential for crossovers with Scooby Doo.
There is.
Like they have, they've had multiple TV shows where the entire premise is each episode they cross over with someone else, and they've had some of the wackiest crossovers. Is like hey, a few years ago there was an episode where um they had Scooby crossing over with Steve Urkel.
Oh, I did not see it. I was
That's cool.
fun.
there's just and a lot of them and where it's just random celebrities there is it's always is funny to watch. Yeah. Um, one bit that I really enjoyed in this is what is um whenever Courage it turned himself into one of the Scooby-Doo characters. That was always so cute.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. There. I guess I've never really thought of like there is a lot of potential. Ruby Gloom would be good, and so would Gem and the Holograms.
Feel like there actually may be something with Jen and the holograms. I'm not sure, but that definitely feels like something that would have crossed over Scooby Doo at some point. But
I
I
will
don't know.
look because like I my brother loved Scooby Doo and watched it, but and obviously I have watched it and I've watched the live action films, but I've never been like a big Scooby Doo person.
Understandable. No.
Yeah, like it's just not something I don't know because I'm older, so I didn't really. I know he's been
I mean,
around for a really long time.
yeah, I was thinking like that he's been around probably longer than you've been alive. I'm
Yeah,
just like he has with
so
me.
to be honest, the cartoon that I loved watching the most when I was little, when Scooby Doo was like big around like for that or whatever, I love Pink Panther.
Oh, that would be a fun one to see crossover with Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Pink Panther was my jam.
Oh yeah, I would love that. And since and I wouldn't be surprised if at this point, like the actor who played the detective in the original Pink Panther cartoons probably passed away. Just have Steve Martin voice him like he did in the live action movie. That would be fun.
That's so funny. Yeah. No, they
Uh,
actually Panther play at nighttime on one of the free channels on Roku. So I just randomly put it on sometimes to fall asleep.
yes, I love that.
Yeah.
One thing I think that surprised me a lot with this film, and maybe this is just because I haven't watched a lot of Courage, but like I love how psychedelic the final act is of this.
That happened. It happens. I
Like
feel I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Courage is like a stoner show.
yeah, like I love as Scooby and Courage are digging into the ground. It's like the as they get changed into different colors and different animation styles, and it's all just so much fun on watching. Oh, it's so goofy, but it all works.
Yeah, like every episode is just so out there and weird. That's why
Oh
they
yeah.
come out of nowhere. Yeah.
I love that they um called back to the villain that we saw at the very beginning of the show by having him get mind control to bring in his loot to
Yeah.
the house, Courage's house. So that
Yeah.
was funny.
When the movie started, I'm like, why is it starting in the middle of the show?
Yeah, it definitely feels
I didn't
weird.
know that.
Yeah, the I love I love how they just as randomly had used to as doing a rap app song that was so goofy, and of course he would just take the gold, not even put any thought into why are people just dropping gold up off at my house. It's just gonna get me in trouble.
Yeah, seriously. Like he cares if he's gonna get in trouble. Yeah. And just read this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, it's a fun one. Everyone should go watch it.
Oh yeah. Trying to think, is there anything else about this film that we should talk about? Um, uh, uh, I think that they that is a very small thing, but I think would have been a good like one line thing that would be a good clarifying thing is they made this whole big thing about how this mind control thing and affected animals in this strange way, and that's why Scooby gets sent to Courage's house. I think that um our two actual villains, since they are animals, they should have had like a line saying that the mayor's suit that they wore protected them from the mind control.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that would have like made a lot of sense to help with the fact that I feel like it doesn't make a lot of sense that they weren't affected.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. No, but it is a cartoon and there's
Oh
just
yeah,
really
absolutely.
unrealistic things in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think that would have been a good little line to include, but it's not like a big criticism or anything that they didn't, and I just think that it's a one tiny little change I would make to the film.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I just everything about this film just it brings me so much joy to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a pick me up and I giggled a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is so many like Scooby-Doo films over the years that I have absolutely loved. This is definitely a one of my favorites. It's I think someday I think you would probably really enjoy are either Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, and I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yes, that
Uh,
used to be it actually used to be it used to be someone I used to watch's favorite Scooby-Doo. So
and
it was on a lot.
then also I think you would really enjoy Scooby Doo and the Witch's Curse, or I think it's called.
Yep, my oldest used to watch that one all the time.
I was thinking like I feel like so that film is where or the Hex Girls was originally animated. I'm like I feel like they are your vibe. I have a lot.
Yeah, and I actually think I own them, to be honest.
Nice.
Look, unless I got rid of them. But yeah, yeah.
And anytime time if you want to come on to talk about some kind of Scooby Doo thing, I'm very happy to have you because it's because as I said, I'm any kind of Scooby Doo thing always just brings me joy to watch.
Good to know. I'll let you know.
Yeah, good. Well, I don't really think there's much else to talk about this film because it's a very short film and also and it is a Scooby Doo animated movie. It's obviously not a very complicated film.
Right, right.
I'm gonna end this off. Is there any final things you'd like to say before I end this off?
Nope, just I appreciate you inviting me and it's always a joy.
Absolutely. And again, and everybody, please keep on the lookout out for the Creepy and Kooky, a Wednesday Adams podcast coming up either in July or August. All right. So, hello. Thank you, everyone, for listening. If you like this Scanlan analysis, please give a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or a 5-star rating on Spotify. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the episodes. Please let me know. If you'd like to listen more from me, please subscribe. Many more Scanlan analysis from me coming, so keep on the lookout. This again is your host, Master John, signing off.